Welcome to the second video portion of the lesson called Hot Buttons. For the most part, you've been using these hot buttons all your life, except you didn't realize it. Okay, what I want to do is bring them to your awareness so that you can use them deliberately. What I'm going to do now is create an example using a role play. I've asked my son Riley and my daughter Pearl to role play a scenario for you. Now Pearl actually just redecorated her room, so her enthusiasm is authentic. Riley is my compassionate and empathetic child, so role-playing as a counselor is quite apropos. In this scenario, Pearl tells Riley that she visualizes quite a bit. In fact, as the conversation progresses, Pearl gets more energetic and inspired. Here's a snapshot of their conversation.
I visualized quite a bit. I visualized my bedroom before I could redecorate it. I had a picture of the room completed in the back of my head before I actually did the work. And it turned out amazing!
How do you know this?
Well, it's a really big room, and it's green and yellow, and it's really bright.
Imagine that the room was really big. When you think about this room, do you see it as a flat picture or a real viewpoint or a panoramic?
Oh, I see it as I was standing in my room.
And when you are seeing the room as if you're standing in the room, is it moving fast or is it moving slowly?
It's moving very fast. It replays multiple times in the back of my head. It's hard to keep track.
So it's moving really fast. How interesting.
Yes.
Now, is this image playing like a movie or is it playing like a slideshow?
Definitely a movie.
Thank you. So just by listening to Pearl, we're able to elicit her visual hot buttons. Here's the conversation again. But this time what I've done is underline, or actually put a square around, the hot buttons. Okay? What we see here, if we go through it, I visualized quite a bit, she says. I visualized my bedroom. I had pictures of the room completed in my head before I actually did the work. So she's been visualizing. So it's clearly visuals are her hot buttons. It's a really big room, she says, with green and yellow, and it's really bright. I see it like I was standing in the room. It's moving very fast, and it replays multiple times over the back of my head. It's hard to keep track. It's definitely a movie. So these are the hot buttons. Okay, now, do you see how easy it is if you start picking in your conversations the hot buttons? What are the visuals? What are the auditory hot buttons? What are the kinesthetic hot buttons? If there's an area in your life where you don't feel motivated, it's usually because you're not using these hot buttons deliberately. Because really you should be. Once you find out that once you find out that you are using them, you'll easily be able to get motivated in any area of your life. Okay, so what I want to do here is illustrate again. Oh, one more thing. For Pearl to get motivated, okay, for her to get motivated, in a nutshell, this is how it would pan out. We'd have to make the movie bright with colors of green and yellow. It'd have to be big with panoramic movie screen. She'd have to make the movie speed very fast, because for her, slow is not a motivating hot button for her. Okay? So like I've said before in the lessons, if you've ever been motivated in one area of your life, then you can just as easily be motivated in another area of your life. So now that you've got the basics down, what I want you to do is actually go to page 5 of your personal workbook and complete the questions. Once you're done there, we'll proceed to page 9 of the newsletter, and I'm going to go through 2 ways to get you motivated. Thanks.